You never made six figures. Not once.
Everyone in that office earned more than you. So why did you walk out first? And they never could.
It was never about the salary. It was about the gap. You never made six figures. Not once. Not in your best year. And yet, while the people who out-earned you their entire lives are still setting alarms, still answering to a boss, still doing the math before every purchase pain, you walked away. Quietly. Years before any of them. And the strangest part? Every single one of them made more money than you did. So how does the person who earned the least end up free the first? By the end of this, you'll understand the trick they never saw. And you'll realize it was never about the salary at all. Let's start with a room you know well. An office. Look around it. There's the coworker with the big title and the bigger paycheck. The one who always picked up the check, always had the newer car. On paper, they were crushing you. Their salary doubled yours some years.
And everyone in that room, if you'd asked them to bet, would have said that person retires rich and comfortable, decades before the quiet guy in the corner.
That quiet guy was you. And every one of them would have been wrong.
Here's the first thing nobody understands about money, and it's the whole secret hiding in plain sight.
It is not what you earn that makes you free. It's the gap.
The distance between what comes in and what goes out. That's it. That's the entire game.
And the cruel joke of the modern world is that the more people earn, the wider they open their spending to swallow it. So your high-earning coworker? Every raise they got, their life got more expensive to match.
Bigger house, newer car, nicer everything. Their income went up, and their gap stayed exactly at zero.
Meanwhile, you did something almost nobody does. When your modest paycheck came in, you didn't ask, "What can I afford now?"
You asked, "How little do I actually need?" And you built your life around that number sexace, a small, honest number sexace, and then you refused to move it.
Your income crept up over the years, slowly, like everyone's does. But your spending? It stayed flat, on purpose. And that quiet, boring decision opened a gap between what you earned and what you kept that got wider every single year. You weren't richer than your coworkers. You were just keeping more of a smaller pie. And keeping beats earning every time.
Let me make it concrete, because the numbers are almost funny. Say your coworker earned $100,000 a year and spent $985. That's a 5% saving rate. Had completely normal, even admirable by today's standards.
Now watch what happens. They, earning double, saved $5,000 a year. You, earning half, saved $20,000, 4 times as much. The person who made half the money was saving 4 times as much of it. And that gap, compounded over years, is the entire reason you got out and they didn't.
But it goes deeper than the math, and this is the part that really matters. Because when your coworker built a big life on a big income, they didn't just spend money. They built a cage. Every upgrade came with a payment, a commitment, a new fixed cost that couldn't be undone.
Their whole life became a machine that required their salary to survive to drink, which means it required them to keep showing up, no matter how tired they got, no matter how much they wanted out. They earned a fortune and used every dollar of it to trap themselves.
You did the opposite. You kept your life light. Small footprint, low fixed costs, nothing you couldn't walk away from.
And because you needed so little, the amount you had to build to cover it forever was so much smaller than theirs.
Think about that. The person who spends $30,000 a year needs a fraction of what the person spending $90,000 needs to ever be free. You didn't just save more, you made your finish line closer. You were running a shorter race, faster, while they sprinted a marathon in the wrong direction.
And through all of it, you stayed quiet. Nobody in that office knew. They saw the modest guy with the old car and assumed you were behind. They felt a little sorry for you, maybe. They never once suspected that while they were financing their image, you were quietly buying your freedom. And that invisibility was a gift. Because nobody pressures the person they think has nothing.
Nobody expects anything from the guy who can't afford it. So you were left alone to build, in silence, the one thing all their money never bought them. Year after year, the gap did its work. Your investments grew here, not because you earned a lot, but because you fed them consistently and left them alone. And somewhere along the way, something quietly incredible happened. The income from what you'd built started to rival the modest salary you lived on. Your money began covering your small, honest life, all on its own. And the day it fully did cipher, that was the day the race ended for you. No fanfare, no party. You just realized, on an ordinary morning, that you didn't need the job anymore. Meanwhile, your high-earning coworkers are still there, still in the building, still carrying the weight of a life that costs too much to ever put down.
Some of them will work into their 70s, not because they love it, but because they built a life that can't survive without the paycheck.
They won by every measure the world taught them to care about. The title, the salary, the stuff.
And they lost the only game that actually mattered.
They earned more than you every single year, and they'll be trading their hours for money long after you stopped having to. So here's the truth that should set you free, especially if you don't earn much.
You have been told your whole life that the answer is to make more, earn more, and everything fixes itself. But it's a lie, Zoe. The people who get free aren't the ones who earn the most. They're the ones who need the least, keep the most, and quietly let time do the rest.
And you do not need a six-figure salary to do that. You need a gap and the patience to protect it.
That's the whole thing. That's how the person who earned the least walked out first. Not by out-earning anyone, by out-keeping them, by refusing to inflate, by staying small on purpose while everyone else got big and got trapped. You played a completely different game than they did. A quieter one, a slower one nobody around you even understood cued, and you won it.
So if you've ever felt behind because you don't make enough, hear this. Your salary was never the thing standing between you and freedom. Your gap is.
And you can start widening it today, at any income, with the next small no, the next flat month, the next dollar you keep instead of spend.
The high earners will keep laughing right up until the day you're gone, and they're still clocking in. Let them.
You were never trying to look rich. You were trying to be free. And one quiet morning, at an income they'd have called impossible, you will be tepid while they're still setting the alarm.